Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for us to count down to the end with the Marvel movies. Rewatching them all. Only a couple more to go, because we're at Man The Wasp, Captain Marvel, and then finally, the Endgame. So, tagline for this one is, Small boy becomes tall boy and hunts ghosts. 2018 is when this one came out. Less than 200 million was the budget. Only made 623 million, which is a shame because it's a damn fine movie. With a damn fine villainess. She's hot. I say that every movie. Okay, so I like this movie a lot. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what's like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where I thought 2 was better than 1. Did I think 2 was better than 1? I don't remember anymore. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I like it a lot. It builds on characters. The problem with Ant-Man 2 compared to Guardians 2 is that Civil War was in between, and so they have to deal with that. So it's not as cohesive as it could be, because they're building on characters and things they did, but there's also things that are outside of just those two movies. And so it's not as tight. But the big treasure of this movie is Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is an amazing actor, and the things he does in this movie is just so good. And Paul Rudd just does a good job. It's really cool, some of the new characters we get to see. And I know a big complaint is just, we don't have strong villains here. We don't, but we didn't have to, which is why I like it better that they're doing this when they don't have a strong villain, they just have two lesser villains, and I like that better when they don't have a strong one, because it's just kind of fun with them having these villains that kind of balance each other out without actually really working together. I like that. Like, with Thor 3, Ragnarok, you had Hela and you had the Grandmaster, and they were very different kinds of antagonists that the hero had to deal with. And they were just fun for the hero to deal with. For this one, it's Ghost, and it's whatever the hell that guy's name is. And I appreciate that guy, because he's got a very mixed group. Like, you notice that if you look at him, it's like, he's got a very varied team. It's not just a bunch of white guys. He's got a varied group of men, and it's very interesting how that works out. Honestly, all the minorities are in these movies. The Ant-Man movies. That's in space, if you count it, kind of. With the Guardians. Yeah, really, where's the Asians? Besides Manus, now I'm thinking about it. Ant-Man's the only other movie with an Asian I can think of right now. I always forget about the very... Okay, so here's why we don't have any Asians for the longest time. Because the one Asian from Thor's movies didn't make up for all of it. He was just very Asian. He was 10 Asians and one guy. Because he's very Asian. Racistly Asian. That's how bad he was. That's why we don't see any Asians until after he's finally dead in Thor 3. Seriously. No, Thor 3 was after Guardians 2. Around that time, then. Because it's just him. I'm pretty sure it's only this one dude. And then we get Mantis, and then we get not really an antagonist, but a roadblock in is he FBI? CIA? He's not CIA. FBI agent guy? Who's a fun character. I like him. He was fun. I like the interactions with him and Paul Rudd. They're pretty funny. And yeah, this is the most varied. Like, you basically only had Rhodey as your, and then eventually Falcon. And then Ant-Man's got at least like a black guy. Wait, yeah, just one black. This one has two, so it's making progress there. Besides Samuel Jackson, of course, being in everything. Not getting sidetracked. This might be the first time we got an Indian guy, though. By the way, if he's Pakistani, my bad. This is the first time we get a browner guy than the Whis. This is not the best way to put it, but it's true when you think about it. Wow, Marvel is white. I like how we're scratching that here after all these movies, because, well, here we are. It's a very enjoyable movie. I really like, I was about to say Kirk Douglas. Is it Kirk Douglas? Michael Douglas. Yeah, Kirk Douglas is his father. Yeah, Kirk Douglas' father, Spartacus. And then I really like Evangeline Lilly. She's so cool, and she's really badass in this. I like her a lot in this one as well. Lawrence Fishburne's pretty fun for his little bit in the movie. And was it Michelle Pfeiffer? Is that the mother? Michelle Pfeiffer's pretty cool for her bit as well. I like, the cast is good. The casting is really great. It's a really fun movie. I don't have any complaints about the movie, honestly. It's just a fun popcorn movie is what it really is. it's not like anything super meaningful happens besides, everything happening with the mother, but um it's just a fun movie. It's a very fun movie, just like Ant-Man. They're both fun movies, and I enjoy them a lot, and I can't wait to watch this again, even though I watched it maybe 2 weeks ago. I like this movie a lot, I really do. A lot of fun scenes, and yeah, let me know what you think of the movie. I'm really curious where I'm going to rank it up at the end of all this. I'm really not sure where. Oh yeah, Stanley cameo. I remember the Stanley cameo. He's paying for it here. Oh yeah, there's still Captain Marvel. Like he died before Captain Marvel came out, so this is like the last cameo before his death. But he did Captain Marvel's cameo. Apparently, he did Endgame's cameo, and he did a cameo in Into the Spider Verse, which came out like a week after he died, maybe 2 weeks. So yeah, this is like his last one while he was alive. Yeah, we'll go with that wording. But I'm going long here. Let's go ahead and see the movie already, and let's have some fun. Movie over! Holy crap! It's a good ass movie. It's a real good movie. Very enjoyable. Very fun. Post credits, not post. The credits where they do the names and everything. I think this is the second best one or the best one for me. Like I think Winter Soldier is the best one, and this one's really good with the figures. It might beat it. I'm not sure. Thinking about it, no, it's second. Second. Winter Soldier. I really like that one a lot. Just really nice, stylish, style wise. Um, I liked Avengers 2's credits. I don't remember what Avengers 1 was. I remember Avengers 1. Avengers 1 was okay. Avengers 2's was pretty good with the statuette things. Those were pretty good. They were figures, I guess. Those were pretty good. The movie itself, very fun movie, very enjoyable movie. I like the cast. Like everyone's very enjoyable. I don't think there's any characters I don't care for. Lawrence Fishburne's really great. I forgot her name. Who plays Ghost is really great. Freaking Michael Douglas is a great actor. Evangeline Lilly's great. Paul Rudd is an amazing actor in this. Michelle Pfeiffer's great. I forgot who plays his daughter is good too. She's really good, really cute, and just a fun character. The husband and wife, like Scott's ex-wife and her husband, they're fine. They're fun and they're a little bit freaking Wu. Agent Wu's amazing. He's just a really fun character. Every scene with him is just funny and how he's just so wholesome compared to everything around him. It's just really good. It's like, oh, I think he says like fiddlesticks, doesn't he? Or he says oh fiddlesticks, and just it's so good. It's just so good. And he's like, I really need you to win. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, that was really insensitive. It's just like, it's just, yeah. I used to be a youth pastor. Yeah. He's just such a fun, like, he's the most minor antagonist of all the antagonists, but he's an antagonist, and he's just such a fun antagonist. He's just funny to me. It's just, yeah, him, and then I can't remember the boss of the bad guys. What is he? Yeah, Sonny Birch, which is an interesting name. Like he's not as funny, but he's serviceable. But just how his crew works is pretty funny. How he's got the Truth Serum guy, and then his guys are just kind of weird too. And like his group has character to it. Like there are so many minorities I forgot about. He's got a Native American driving a car. He's got multiple Asian goons. He's got a couple of black goons. He's got Eastern European dudes. His crew is just everything. They're all over the map. The only thing missing is Mexican guys. That's it. The only Mexican guy is Luis. That's the only Mexican now I think about it. It's just he's got so much character going on with just his crew, and then you got Ghost and Goliath together, and they're they're pretty interesting. Like she's the most menacing one because she can really destroy people. She doesn't completely do it, but she basically kind of Kali Ma's that FBI agent. That guy's dead. He's totally dead. That Jinx doesn't think he's dead. He's dead. She just heart punched him. Like that's done. That is done. After we saw how badly she assassinated people in the past, yeah, she kills. She kills. I like that because Lawrence Fishburne is Goliath. That he's still a good guy kind of person. He's like, we're not going. You do a lot of bad things, but we're not going so far. We're going to go after a kid. Like we're not going too far here. Because he's freaking Goliath. Goliath is a hero character in the comics who sadly died in like 10, 15 years ago now, whenever the hell Civil War was. He dies in Civil War. Thor kills him. Well, a fake robot Thor, yeah, it gets complicated, kills him. He actually dies in giant form, and they have to bury a giant. They just have to bury a giant. It's ridiculous in the comics. But it was cool to see Goliath. Also, if you didn't know, Baba Yaga's father, Ghost's father, he is, I think it's Dr. Egghead from the comics. And he's just a throwaway villain, so yeah, just have him dying in the past, that's fine. It's pretty good. I just really like Paul Rudd in this. He just acts really well. I just love the scene when he's being Michelle Pfeiffer. That's so good. There's just a lot of good scenes with a lot of good CG and everything. I think one of my favorite moments, like my favorite comedy moments, is when Ghost shows up when they're doing the True Serum thing and everyone's freaking out. They're like, "Whoa!" That is my favorite moment because it just comes out of nowhere. It's such a good surprise. My favorite just surprise that's not a comedy moment is just when they shrink the building and all the FBI agents are there. It's like, holy crap, this is a good surprise. It's just a pretty good one there. It's just a fun movie. Very fun, very enjoyable, and I like it a lot, and I could watch it again. It's nice that the ex-wife's husband, like how that turned around. How he just likes Scott now, and he gets in on all the hugs. Like they're a family. Like they're a family of four now. Like there's the ex-husband and the current husband, the ex-wife and the daughter. Like they're just a family of four. Like it's really nice to see that instead of just having this very tropey, just him and the ex-husband and the current husband just battling with each other. So it's nice to not do that trope. It's pretty nice. Well, one thing to mention is the son of a bitch thing for Janet Van Dyne. She just got back and she gets dusted. Just son of a bitch. That is very unfortunate. It's also, I remember seeing it in theaters and forgetting all about the dusting. Just, oh my god. He's in there and then like, oh crap, they're dusted. Oh yeah, Infinity War happened a couple months ago. Oh yeah, that happened. Oh damn, and he's stuck in the quantum realm. Like, that's a no good. That's a no good. That was pretty good. What was it? I can't remember. I think the Russo. Somebody mentioned it's Russos or Feige. They mentioned that in universe, Scott didn't survive because of the quantum realm. He survived because he just got lucky. He was on the 50% that didn't get killed off. That's it. The quantum realm did not protect him. I think they were just establishing the quantum realm doesn't protect you from the snap. Was pretty much what they were saying with that. But he's going to be significant in Endgame, I assume. I swear, if he's not huge, at least helpful in some way, it's a crime. It's a crime. But we kind of need Ant-Man in Endgame because who's the comedy at this point? It's just him and Rocket. I guess Banner. Like, I'm fine with Banner being all bumbly because we have enough just a-hole arrogant geniuses. It's fine to have a bumbly genius just because we've just had so many Tony Starks. Uh, there's just too many just smart people who are just so arrogant about it. It's nice to have one that's not. But I believe we're going to see the professor. I think that's the assumption is we're going to see the professor because that's why wouldn't they do that storyline at this point? It'd be that or there's no other storyline they could do at this point. I don't think because they can't do Red Hulk because that'd be dumb, and they can't do Planet Hulk because they already did Planet Hulk. So this is all they can do. Granted, I didn't mention from Ragnarok is Planet Hulk, the comic. Hulk gets married, and she tries to bridge the gap between Banner and Hulk because she's like they're both in the same body, so she tries to bridge the two of them before she dies, unfortunately. See anything else about Ant-Man? Oh yeah, Jinx had an idea for alternate Stan Lee for his cameo, which I think would have been better. Is when they're looking for Hank Pym and Janet in the FBI place, and Hank's just wearing the FBI stuff, it would have been a really good cameo if Wu just finds him and turns him around, and it's Stan Lee instead, because they're just two old white guys. Like that would have been fine. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's like, well, you better be sorry. Oh yeah, just the fact there's just three antagonists, but they're just different kinds of antagonists, and they're not very strong antagonists. I think it's fine because this is Ant-Man. Ant-Man doesn't necessarily need to be the guy that saves the universe. Well, he's gonna help out in Endgame, but he doesn't have to be the guy that saves the planet. He does that kind of in one, where he's stopping, because an army of mini soldiers would be a pain in the ass. But so he does do that in the first one, but in this one it's more just it's a rescue mission. This is what's pretty cool is the first one was a heist movie. This one's more of like a rescue movie, but they got to deal with a bunch of other stuff to get that going. So that's pretty cool how Ant-Man just does it differently. And I think now that's everything. So the rankings. So I thought about it. So I'm like, is it better than Infinity War? Of course not. Avengers 1, Guardians 2. Guardians 2 is very fun, but it's got a lot of really good, meaningful, emotional moments. Thor 3 is just amazingly enjoyable. Guardians is very enjoyable. Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is just such a good movie. Then there's Civil War, which is also a really good one. And then Black Panther. I like Black Panther, but I like this one more than Black Panther. So that's where it goes. So Infinity War, Avengers, Guardians 2, Thor 3, Guardians, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and at 8th place, Ant-Man and the Wasp, 9th place, Black Panther, and 10th place is Avengers 2, 11th place is Ant-Man. So, yeah, there you go. That's where it is for me. Now, where is it for Jinx? Between the Guardians. So it ranks up, let's see, Infinity War, Winter Soldier, Avengers, Thor 3, Avengers 2, Civil War, Spider-Man, Guardians 2, then it's Ant-Man and the Wasp and Guardians. That's 8th place or 9th place? 1, 2, 3. 9th place! There you go. So 8th for me, 9th for Jinx. Oh man, next up is Captain Marvel. So gotta go see that in theaters again. I don't know how we're gonna do that. I think it's just, hey, and then go see it, and then back, and like, hey. And then after that is Endgame. And I will make no assumptions as to whether it's going to be better than Infinity War or what. Like, when Infinity War was coming, I didn't make any assumptions that it was going to be the best one. I'm like, okay, so we got Thanos. I'm not sure about Thanos. I don't know. It's going to be a good movie, but how good is it going to be? And then it just blew everything out of the water. So, we'll see how Endgame is. But that right there is the countdown to the Endgame. We're almost there. I had fun. Hope you have fun watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Come by and see you next time.